Hey, what's up guys? It's Rob. And for you guys that don't know me, I kind of want to explain my background a little bit so you have an understanding of where my mindset comes from, or pretty much the experiences that shaped the person that I am today. So I was born in Bronx, New York, BX, you know. And then when I was a kid, I moved to the Dominican Republic. So after the DR, I moved back to the States, and then I ended up going to high school in East Hartford, Connecticut. I ultimately joined the military after high school, and I served in the Air Force for a total of 7 years. So I was active duty for 4 years and in the National Guard for 3 years. Now, in the process of me being in the National Guard, I was also going to school at University of South Florida, St. Pete. I got my degree in finance from over there. And then I also been knocking doors. So I've been working for Vivint, doing door-to-door sales for the last 3 years now. And I also, when I was a kid, I used to box, so you might see some of my trophies up here. Missing a lot more. This is just some of what's left. I boxed for about 4 years. I fought amateur, and then now I currently participate in jiu-jitsu. So I've been doing jiu-jitsu for the last 4 it's gonna be 4 years soon. So about 4 years now. That's crazy, 4 years, time flies, man. But and I also swam in high school. I was in the swim team. But pretty much the topic that I want to discuss with you guys, and this is kind of like how everything, all my experiences kind of led me to this moment. It's essentially what I believe the real source of happiness is, or your ultimate satisfaction. Now, throughout the years, like I mentioned just now, I have a lot of different experiences, different challenges that came into my life. But the one thing that I guess happened recently, and I'm gonna use jiu-jitsu as an example, that made me realize what I truly believe our purpose on this world is, or what I truly believe like your source to that inner satisfaction that people experience, you know, flow state. It comes from setting goals and going after them. Now, I don't want to sound like cliche or anything like that, but this is the truth, honestly, because for example, with jiu-jitsu, so when I first started jiu-jitsu, I was pretty basic white belt. Like, I just showed up to the gym. I was eager to try. I wanted to learn some new stuff. I always been in, you know, martial arts and athletics, so I wanted to keep that, you know, going because I didn't want to box anymore. And as a white belt, I got beat up a lot. Like, honestly, I thought I was like, ooh, I'm gonna wreck these guys. I'm strong, I'm big, whatever. But no, man, I was humbled, like big time. Like first like week, there was this professor there. He was a black belt, but he was probably like about 130 pounds. And I'm thinking like, yo, I can probably slam this guy. Like, what the fuck he's gonna do, you know? And then I rolled with him. I was humbled so hard. Like, I was like, wow, okay, this guy literally, if we were in the streets, he pretty much just killed me. Like, cause I tapped immediately. But anyways, that's not what the point I'm getting across. I just started thinking about that. What I want to get across is that when you set goals, essentially God, the universe, a higher power, whatever you want to call this infinite intelligence, they will do everything in their power to make this goal happen for you. But this is very important. But you will never get anything you are not ready for. And remember that. You will not get anything you as a person are not ready for. And if you do, you're gonna lose it super fast. And a perfect example of this, think of people that win the lottery and literally lose all that money within a few months, a few weeks, maybe a few years. And same with professional athletes that lose it all. And the reason why this is important to realize is that when you set goals and you go after with all your might, all like everything you have, obstacles, challenges, adversities, they're all gonna come up. And this is you have to be grateful that it happens, because these different challenges, these different obstacles, these different adversities, this is literally what's gonna transform you into the individual that's worthy of the goal that you set in the first place. So for example, let's say your goal was to make $1 million by a certain time period. Now, you knowing what your goal is, one, is gonna help you accomplish that goal a lot quicker once you write it down. But you knowing what your goal is and you actively pursuing that goal, there's gonna be so many different challenges, so many adversities, so many different obstacles that are gonna arise, especially for a big goal like that. And the beauty of this is that when you overcome these obstacles, you're slowly leveling up, leveling up, leveling up, leveling up, until you get to the point where obviously you hit your goal. But the real treasure is not the goal itself, it's the person you became in order to hit that goal. And then once you're that person, the goal is meaningless because you can do that anytime now. And that's, in my opinion, where the real pursuit of happiness is. In setting goals and becoming the man or the woman capable of of hitting that goal consistently. And I came to the realization actually a few days ago when I got my purple belt in jiu-jitsu. So I made it a goal sometime last year to get my purple belt. I actually made the goal to get the purple belt for next year, for March 2022. And I guess my professor thought I was ready because he gave it to me sooner. But once I got that purple belt, like, I just reflected on my journey so far, and I was like, wow, man, like, I've been tapped out so many times. I've been choked, I've been arm barred, leg locked, everything you can imagine. Like, I had guys that are 300 pounds, like, pretty much suffocate me with their weight when they're on side control. And it's just like, man, all these different obstacles. And I mean, injuries too. Like, I dealt with injuries, I dealt with like pain, and a lot of people, they would have quit. I mean, just statistically speaking, a lot of people quit at blue belt. But the thing that I realized is all these different obstacles are what made me the person that's ready to be a purple belt. Now, between me and you guys, I personally still feel a little bit like maybe I wasn't fully ready for the purple belt, but I'm not gonna, you know, I trust my professor. So if he thinks I'm ready, then I'm ready. But outside of that, like, I believe, like, really honestly, guys, that the real meaning of life is to set worthwhile goals and then do everything in your power to accomplish that goal. And then realize that any adversity that pops up in the pursuit of this goal is a blessing in disguise, because these adversity are what's gonna transform you into the individual that's worthy of the goal. So hopefully this video kind of enlightens you guys a little bit on what I truly believe it takes to be a satisfied human being, a happy human being. Because at the end of the day, guys, like, you know, we're all in this together, you know. So if I can help you guys, then it'll be an honor for me to do so. And hopefully I'm able to do that. So if you guys like this video, if you like the content that I'm providing, like it, subscribe, share with your friends, comment on it, do all of that, because obviously I'm in this journey as well. So I'm learning as I go. So to summarize the video again, set worthwhile goals, do everything in your power to go after them, and embrace and be grateful for the challenges that appear in the process of you doing so, because that's where the real treasure is. It's not the goal itself, it's the journey. So until next time, guys, I'll see you around.